Good morning. Day one of our next Yosemite backpack. We're just leaving East Side. We're all packed up. We're going to make a pit stop at the Looney Bean in Mammoth Lakes and head back on in to Yosemite and back into the backcountry.
Just heading into Yosemite for our next backpacking trip.
Permit time. All right, day one, Sunday, August 27th, it's about 9:30. There's a last look at our car. Hopefully there's no issues when we get back. We'll see. The ranger at the wilderness permit office was really nice. Sort of a doppelganger to my son, so we had a laugh over that. He looks like you, Bobby. Really nice guy. Gave us a lot of good intel and beta. We may even try to camp at a spot he mentioned for an area we've wanted to explore for a while, but just hasn't worked out permit availability wise. So if we don't, we'll probably do it in the next couple of years. The Grand Canyon, the Tuolumne. So we're ready to get started. Put on the heaviest packs of the trip. I decided to bring beers this trip because I probably won't bring any next trip. So looking forward already to a cold beer at the lake.
Yeah, with overnight freezing temps.
Woo. All right, we did get beta. There is going to be a lot of snow on the, I guess for lack of a better word, pass we're going to go over. So looking forward to that, some more snow. There are some active bears in the area. We probably won't see any up where we're headed, but maybe on the way down we may encounter a bear or two. So we'll have our eyes open for that. Ready to go?
Ready.
All right, we'll see you on the trail. All right, a little day one update. We've been climbing. We just went down a little bit, little water crossing. I was able to hop across it. Sarah's gonna put the Crocs on, but we've opened up into this spectacular meadow. We're gonna be hiking along this for a bit. I imagine we're gonna start climbing again. Whew. Really nice day. It's probably like in the 60s. No wind, very little bug action. Pretty good. So here comes Sarah. helps her out with her pack. We'll check in later. All right, we just made it to Young Lake number 3, and we heard there's an amazing campsite at the top of the lake. So we're gonna go check it out. It's pretty cool up here. A few backpackers camped at Lake 1 and Lake 2. So we'll see if anyone's up here at 3 with us. So far, no one. All right, day 1 update. Woohoo! Camp is set up in a nice shady spot. We got great view of the lake behind us. I'm gonna go down and get water. It's funny, we ran into a bunch of backpackers coming out, And there were a couple of groups that were giving us very many warnings about mosquitoes. And yeah, there's a few out here. We both noticed that they're smaller than the mosquitoes we've seen even in the other part of Yosemite. But overall, they're smaller and they're not even that bad. We had our tent doors wide open, putting our stuff in, which normally we wouldn't do if the mosquitoes were bad. Um, so yeah, very cool and comfortable here. Gonna get water going. I'm probably gonna have some tailwind, then have a coffee, then have a beer, then have a coffee. It's gonna be awesome. So first things first, down to the lake for some water. Okay, so it's around 3 p.m. on day one. We just had some map time, just nailing down the details of this six-nighter. So tomorrow, Sarah's gonna stay here at base camp and hang out, and I'm going to try and summit Mount Canas. It's about 12,500 feet. You can climb it with rope, but you can also hike it off the East Ridge. It's all off trail, so I'm pretty excited to see if I can do it. I don't know what the snow's going to be like there, but we'll find out. And then the following day, we're going to be all off trail and make our way to Roosevelt Lake. And the train doesn't look too bad. Back during our honeymoon in July of 2015, and I'm only good with the dates because we looked at the Google Photos and it has the dates, obviously. We did.
It all runs together.
We went to Roosevelt Lake. That was like one of the highlights of our trip. It was off trail from the McCabe Lakes. So we're basically just going to reverse our honeymoon trip and go the other way. And then we're going to add a little wrinkle and head down to PCT and check out a bunch of waterfalls that are in the Grand Canyon of the Tuolumne River. We'll go a few miles in, like on a day hike, so we'll have another base camp set up near Glen Aulin.
Yeah.
Glen Aulin.
Which is a high Sierra camp, but they're not open this summer. They haven't been open like since before COVID, a combination of like staffing, COVID, and then with the snow this year, they just haven't been open. And it was interesting when we saw it at Bear Paw Meadow in Sequoia Kings Canyon that like the infrastructure has been decimated because it hasn't been used in so many years.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what it's like.
True.
Here.
Yeah. So that's the plan, weather dependent and everything else, but it looks like we're going to have a really good weather window. So hopefully that continues. And we're just hanging out right now, and we're in the tent in the shade. Probably go out a little bit later. There's a nice view of the lake. We're the only ones at lake number 3 right now. And the route to Roosevelt Lake, hopefully we won't actually lose too much elevation. It looks like it's a pretty decent line we can take on the topo map. So we'll choose our own adventure to get there and check it out. So that's it for right now, and we'll see you later. Okay, a little day one update. Just went down to the lake and rinsed off a bit, got most of the dirt off. Sarah's gonna go down and wash off her face. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon on a Sunday, a great Sunday afternoon. Up here at Young Lake number 3 at 10,000 feet. Just had tailwind and a coffee, and now it is beer time. Oh boy. This is from a small brewery we went to in Hanford, California, which was like just west of Visalia. It's a cool spot. They have all kinds of activities there throughout the week. Just seemed like a pretty good community spot. Um, and I think we were talking to one of the owners, and yeah, real cool place. If you're ever in Hanford, California, go check out Hop Forged. Um, but yeah, tasty IPA. They have all kinds of styles, and they had an obscene Jolly Rancher slushy um, that we got a sample of. Really good for the hot weather. But cheers! Gonna hang out in the shady tent and enjoy the rest of the afternoon. Still cold from being in the bear vault.